Welcome back to another monthly vlog. November might have been my craziest month yet, from competing in fencing tournaments to taking trips up to Stanford and dealing with cold November rain. November really was a crazy month, but let's jump right into the fencing tournament.
We are here at another fencing tournament. Back there we have the South Coast Fencing Center here in Santa Ana, and I've upgraded my gear slightly. This lame still isn't mine, but this jacket here on my arm is now my own, and I now have pants that fit. So we are like looking a lot better this time than we did last time. I don't know if I'm gonna get to film like any of my bouts here because we only have foil on our team, and it's mixed, so we're all fencing together, all of us. So I don't know if any of my teammates will be available, but just know that I'm here and this is what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll give you guys updates along the way. But if you want like a more full look, you can look. I did like a whole vlog just dedicated to my first tournament that I did in San Diego.
Me and my opponent hit each other at the same time, but in foil, the person with right of way gets the point, so my opponent scored the point here. Except what they were doing was called preparation, so it should have been my point in this case. What we can see right here is my opponent crosses their foot, which counts as preparation, should have been my point.
Do you think I'm an athlete? Well, you know, I think I'm an athlete.
All right, it's really bright out here, so I'm having trouble seeing. I didn't bring sunglasses, but I'm done. Most of my teammates are done. We just have two that are in the elimination rounds right now. And so once that is over, we'll be done with the tournament. But I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the last one. I think I've improved a lot. So not only does that make fencing more fun, but I just thought this tournament had like a better vibe. I really liked this tournament. Really enjoyed it, had a good time. So yeah, that's what's up. We'll probably go get something to eat after this. But yeah, great experience. All right, we're here at the one and only place you can go after a tournament, In-N-Out.
Nothing beats a double animal style and a side of fries.
All right, guys, we have just landed here in San Jose, California. Just doing like a little weekend trip here. I'm gonna visit one of my friends here in the Bay, so we're just gonna get up to some adventures, I guess. We'll explore around a little bit. So that's what's up, just kind of a chill little weekend trip.
My first stop after landing was the Hello Kitty Cafe, and this is for my mom, who's a huge Hello Kitty fan.
All right, we are here at the Valley Fair Mall. It's probably really loud. The audio is probably not going to be good, but I've officially made it. I made it to the last Hello Kitty Cafe that I have not been to here in Santa Clara. I've been to every Hello Kitty Cafe, like all of them. First, I have the maple donuts. So I have big hopes for these maple donuts. The donuts are still really good. I just don't think I'm getting a ton of maple. Let me give these another try. Yeah, there's just not quite enough maple flavoring on all of the donut. The flavoring that is there is really good. It's just not like consistent throughout the whole donut. So next up we have the pumpkin tart, essentially a pumpkin pie. Let's go ahead and give this a try. I guess I'll start with the cookie here. Pumpkin cookie with fondant, very good. So now we have the actual tart slash pie itself. A lot of the time when you get pumpkin desserts, pumpkin spice, all of that stuff, It's very like artificial. This is real pumpkin. Like I can actually taste like the pumpkin flavor. Overall, I would say this is pretty good. I would probably rank this based on the items I'm having. I would probably rank this. This might be number one. I really like the Vegas one just because that's the one I'm used to the most. The worst one is definitely Vancouver. This might be the best one. Anyway, that's my review. I liked it. I would give the pie. I don't see any reason not to give it a 10. But just for fairness, I'll give it a 9. The donuts, I'll give the donuts 7.
Next, I headed to San Pedro Square Market to get some real food for lunch. I always go where the food's at, but this was actually probably one of the worst California burritos I've ever had. I can't even lie. But the music was good.
We made it here to Stanford. We're at the football stadium. Today is their like big game against their rival. So it's Stanford versus
UC Berkeley.
So big game going on. There's like a ton of like tailgaters and stuff. These guys take it seriously. Like there are like RV trailers and stuff. Like this is some serious rivalry going on here. So yes, my hair is crazy, but game just finished. We won. I say we. I'm wearing a disguise here. Stanford women's volleyball. This isn't even my school, but we won, I guess.
The next morning, my friend showed me around the Stanford campus, and they have just really nice Spanish architecture all over the place. And huge shout out to my friend Rylan, who let me stay here at Stanford with him. After that, we rode the train from Stanford all the way to San Francisco, and then we took the light rail over to the ferry terminal, and from there, we walked all the way down to the Fisherman's Wharf. The wharf was all decked out for Christmas. There were Christmas decorations everywhere. I went in like late November, right before Thanksgiving, but it was just so festive and jolly to be walking around the wharf.
All right, we are here at Fisherman's Wharf. Good views here. Over there is the Golden Gate Bridge. Over there we have seals. Over there I'll get a closer look, and then over there is a pretty niche island that nobody's heard of.
Turns out the island is called Alcatraz. I've never heard of it, but you can get views of everything from here. There's the Golden Gate Bridge, and there's some sea lions. There's not quite as many because it's about to get dark, but just great views from the wharf. I ended my trip by riding one of the famous San Francisco streetcars, but that really was the end of my trip. Just a quick little weekend trip to visit one of my friends from high school. Super fun time.
All right, it is a rainy and noisy, I guess, day here in LA. As you can see, I've come here to Santa Monica to the pier and beach. It's rainy, so wow, this is a really noisy street. Maybe I shouldn't record here, but it is raining, so it's the perfect day to go to the beach. So, you know, I figured it would be less crowded because it's rainy, and surprisingly, there's a lot of people here. Must not be from around here because most Angelinos hide when it rains. But yeah, we're gonna go just have a day at the beach. All right, it's slightly quieter over here, so basically it's raining. So I said today is the day to go to the beach. I love the beach when it rains. I prefer a rainy day at the beach over a sunny day at the beach. So that's why we're here. All right, and here we are all the way down to the coast. I guess I could get a little closer. I'm not really planning on getting wet because, you know, it's raining, it's cold. I'm not wearing clothes made for that, so I'm just going to like observe the beach. On this side over here, we have the harbor, we got the Ferris wheel, you know, all that stuff. We have some very nice waves out here. I am going to get closer. I don't think the water's really getting up here anymore. All right, this camera definitely didn't catch it. I think my phone camera did. I might have to like zoom in and edit it, but there was definitely a dorsal fin that I saw out there. It looked pretty big. I need to do some research on what kind of sharks we get here in LA. Could have been a dolphin, but the dolphins around here are pretty small. It was a fairly large thing. I saw off in the distance, it's just like not that big on my phone camera, and I was zoomed into like 2.5. Once I got to 3, it started to get like a little too blurry because of the rain. So hopefully I'm able to like zoom in on that, but there was definitely like a shark or a dolphin or something out there, dorsal fin above water, jaw style. So let's see if I can zoom in on that, like enhance it and take a closer look and let you guys know what I find out, like what kind of sharks live over here. It definitely looked a little large to be a dolphin. So yeah, we'll see. Hold up. Hold up, I'm gonna keep filming here. There it is. My phone camera will probably pick it up. There it is, right there. I can't tell if that's a shark or a dolphin. The more I zoom in, the blurrier it gets.
Well, you don't see it? He moves right there!
Alright, I've been here about an hour. The rain has pretty much died down. So, you know, my time here at the beach come to a close. Nothing lasts forever, even cold November rain. Alright, so pretty much all of the restaurants here on the pier are closed because, well, hey, it's raining. So I guess probably gonna go find somewhere to eat downtown, closer to the metro station. There's also supposedly an aquarium around here, so maybe I'll look for the aquarium. I think we'll look for the aquarium first. So that was the Healthy Bay Aquarium here at the Santa Monica Pier. I definitely recommend it. They've got like lots of touch tanks, which I really like. Lots of aquariums, they'll have like one touch tank and we'll have like a few things. They have a lot of touch tanks here. They had sharks that you could touch. They had tons of stuff, sea stars, sea slugs. They had tons of stuff like in touch tanks, which is really cool. And so yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's just right here underneath the pier. You just come down to like the parking's like over here, down on this level, and it's right there.
All right, thank you guys for watching the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.